Hello friends, today is September 25th, 2025, and I want to give a quick and comprehensive update on the cryptocurrency market, Bitcoin, and other altcoins. In the last day, we can see significant growth. You can observe this situation over the course of 6 days or 7 days, where we can see an increase of up to 70% in many projects, just within a period of 7 days. And this is due to the fact that in many cases this growth is significantly noticeable. The situation in the market is as follows. We are in a range, and we have been in this range for quite a long time. Altcoins have managed to drop by 60–80%. And at this stage we see this picture. We have approached the liquidity zone, and there are currently many shorts that have been opened right in this zone with stop losses that will be triggered, leading to a continuation of the movement. After this, people will short with stop losses above, and all this liquidity will be collected, allowing us to grow simply on fear and rise within this range. Because after overcoming these levels, people will continue to short Bitcoin due to the instability in the world, including Israel, Lebanon, and the looming threat of a financial crisis in the United States, as well as the war between Ukraine and Russia. In general, we are likely to grow and emerge from this wedge due to fear. Oh, wedge, I said wedge. No, it's not a wedge channel. You can call this formation whatever you like, but the fact remains that we are most likely going to definitely break through it upwards. From my experience, I have studied reversal formations for a long time, and what we see here is not a reversal formation. The most common one is this type of reversal formation, as we can see there. No, there is no such thing here, okay? This happens. Here is one, and the third one, the most unpleasant, is 1, 2, then 3, and then we go down. The formation is the most unpleasant. We can see this formation. This formation. Well, in principle, there are quite a few of them. I can't think of anything else. This is a non-reversal formation. I haven't actually seen anything like that. I really haven't seen such formations. We were just rolling down from here. There is a redistribution of hands happening. Some are taking profits, while others are accumulating. The reality is that we actually still have quite a bit of time to indeed complete the cycle. As I mentioned earlier, our cycle will end in September 2025. Now we are in September 2024, and we have one more year to make another move like this and to redistribute. It's difficult for me to specify any numbers. Regarding Bitcoin's peak, I don't even want to, as I can't do it based on my previous experiences. Judging by my previous forecasts, I thought we would reach 84 in the last cycle, and here we are at 60. But the fact remains that the reversals of these cycles were determined very accurately, and after that, as you can see, we are moving upwards. Right now, at this moment in time, the situation is such that we are in the middle of this bullish cycle, and one should not short on any kind of news. I do not engage in trading based on news. I trade based on the overall market and the sentiment of the crowd. Therefore, this is the situation. In addition to that, speaking specifically about altcoins, we can clearly see that the RVA sector has not gone up significantly at all. We are only seeing approximately 10%, 2%, and so on, not much upward movement to speak of. I think that this will be the very last thing to rise. Currently, some new and interesting projects are emerging. I have noticed that the entire Cosmos ecosystem is performing quite well because we have already made some significant movements, both in this project and in other projects. This is a clear attempt at growth, even though fundamentally speaking, the token is not needed and is not used anywhere at all. Here the situation may be such that, well, you can see for yourself that this is a logarithmic chart and that we are below. Under this sideways movement, if we consider it from the perspective of technical analysis in trading, it essentially represents a liquidity grab from below, followed by a continuation of movement into this range, and then further continuation. However, it is unclear what this is based on. There is a situation where it would be desirable to see a significant drop for all Atom stakers in the market, after which a large number would start buying Atom. After that, there might be a deep correction here, possibly shaking out all the people who are involved. Once we have developed further in this context, we could aim for 20, and at 20, one should distribute, as there will certainly be shorts, because there will be a lot of hate regarding the token being unnecessary, and in principle, there are more interesting projects in the Atom ecosystem, and so on. And here we might grow on shorts, but these are very long-term assumptions and are more like wishes or hopes. Look at this project, but we can also examine other projects such as SUI, which is indeed creating an incredibly performant marketplace and could simply replicate the fate of Solana, which in turn is also extremely similar. In this particular scenario, we have the opportunity to create a story that is truly unique and captivating. It is a tale that can only be described as sui, a term that embodies the essence of this narrative. Here, we can delve into the intricacies and nuances that make this story so special, exploring every detail and aspect to its fullest extent. We can see a similar story, of course, very similar. But let's see how it all unfolds. Of course, this would drive the entire market. To be honest, I regret that I don't have SUI in my portfolio. It looks stronger and better than any top projects in the market. The same tone, you can definitely see that here. Pump and problems with Pavel Durov. Aptos, which you have outpaced, has just taken off the ground, so to speak, leaving SUI behind. And now something is indeed trying to be done, but we need to look at some very old and very important top projects that I have highlighted here. Small movements, but nothing special. Nothing special is there in particular. Here, Fantom is coming. It has already undergone rebranding, and I think this is a good signal, a green signal, in fact, a green flag, because every rebranding signifies new goals, a change in the team, and so on. This is very positive. If we talk about the projects that will undergo rebranding, you can observe all these projects in my Telegram channel. We have Fantom, MakerDAO, Polygon, and the same story applies. We need to pay very close attention to this important project. Also, there are currently a few other projects that are trending. I think one of them will definitely, undoubtedly achieve a great result in the near future. So, let's move on a bit more regarding memes about them. I am not trading memes right now. I don't have any memes. It's not that I'm skeptical, but I understand the essence of it all. However, there are no entry points for me at the moment, so I am out of the market. Speaking of older projects such as the incredible and fascinating projects like Mav and Portal, Portal is an excellent project. Fundamentally great, but I don't see any particular super movements or a market maker there, in my opinion. Absolutely no significant changes in any way. Projects with super high capitalization are certainly very discouraging. Well, when it comes to social memes and so on, the situation here is not very favorable. Again, from the Cosmos ecosystem, a saga, a blockchain that is focused on gamification and tailored specifically for the gaming market. Here we have such a story, indeed. So far, we currently have the comprehensive list I mentioned. Taikoji is just recently new. They are still expanding, spreading. Seiya, which made a good bounce. And you can also see here all the projects that I have on my watch list. Naturally, I don't enter into all of them. I just look at which ones make it into the screener. I add them to my observations, and basically I am watching and looking for an entry point. I'll say this. Bitcoin will not always rise like this, up and up. It will have significant corrections in the market. During these corrections, it will be very good to invest in altcoins and opportunities. I mean, we can observe this with the same example of SUI, for example. Probably SUI is not a very good example, because it will grow simply on liquidations due to the psychology of the people involved. If they have already convinced themselves that there will be a short, they will keep shorting until everyone is liquidated. But we see that each correction occurs at around 10-7%. These are not the movements you want to take. Those people who are definitely shorting see it going back down and so on, but this is not the case. That is, you can see corrections of such percentages which are strong. Oh, I mean weak corrections. This is an entry point for long positions. I'm not specifically talking about SUI. I'm specifically talking about the market, because this is not the first bull market, and there's no need to deceive yourself and convince yourself that this is the end, providing examples of why it is the end. We will grow on fear, and then we will grow on liquidations, just like we are doing here now. And naturally, if someone catches their short right here and they already have some profit of 100 plus here, they will set it here. And of course, all of this is visible in the order book. After reaching this level, there will be a squeeze like this, and there will be even more to come. And if you look at absolutely any project, let's say Solana, you can easily notice that the last few candles, which are the most recent ones, are the biggest in size and volume. Why is that happening? Because firstly, those who held here already sold their tokens here. Here, short sellers have already gathered, and these short sellers are shorting here, and this is their liquidation up. And you hold. Oh, let's take this one right here. conditionally. They are already shorting right here. They short here, short there, and at some point, they are done for. Finally, they take some small movement here. Then, right here, when it breaks above, they start shorting again. Here they are liquidated again, and in general, they are left with $0 and $0. So, this is not the market where you should be shorting right now. I want to tell everyone that I made these mistakes. I shorted in a bullish market during previous rallies and made some errors. I won't make those mistakes again. Therefore, we will only trade from long positions now, especially since we are currently at the bottom. In fact, where are we going to fall? Down 50%. Come on. I don't think about that. Any correction in Bitcoin is your entry point for entering altcoins in the market. So don't enter at market price. Just measure from the peak, approximately 16-20% for your cryptocurrency, and essentially wait. Wait until the market pumps. Of course, you might miss some movements, but let me just say this. Before a surge, like this kind of surge, there is always a shakeout, and we have already seen that happening. We can see that even the same Aptos has shaken out all the people involved, but we are still in the accumulation phase, and a return to the middle of this trading channel is possible. If we talk specifically about Bitcoin, and I have already mentioned Bitcoin before, everyone have a day, goodbye.